So you're a foodie and dreaming of moving to Puglia for its stellar cuisine. Friselle, taralli, wine, fresh pasta, burrata. Well, let's find your dream home and make it happen. Today, I'm going to the center of the beautiful town of Maglie, in the heart of Salento, to see what's out there for those of you on a budget. Andiamo. The gorgeous town of Maglie, in the heart of Salento, boasts a lively commercial and cultural atmosphere, being an important economic, agricultural, and touristic hub in central Salento. Its privileged geographical position in the middle of the peninsula means that Maglie benefits from a rich artistic and architectural patrimony built up across the centuries, with Baroque facades, palaces, churches, parks, and piazze throughout. With a population of only 13.6 thousand, it's big enough to feel like a bustling city while still holding on to that typical down-to-earth charm of a small Italian town. Just look at a map and you'll see that Maglie is an excellent crossroads between the capital Lecce, Gallipoli, Otranto, and Santa Maria di Leuca on the coasts. This seductive town offers a high-quality Apulian lifestyle while compromising on very little, and could be right for you if what you want in a dream town to relocate to is a bit of everything. First stop of the day, and we're in the beautiful city park. A nice green oasis in the middle of this beautiful town of Maglie. And I've stopped at L'Arte del Gusto, a pastry shop, and I've bought some treats. So we have the Monachina. It's typical, I don't know, it's filled with lots of good stuff. This is just a brioche. This is a pasticciotto, and this is filled with a ricotta cream and I think chocolate. They had lots of options. I said that one, and that one. So I'm starting off with the brioche. It's like eating a pillow. Still warm on the inside. This was just taken out of the oven. So I got to show you this pasticciotto. They made it round, so this is kind of like a variant. Here in Salento they make different types of pasticciotto. There's obviously the original one with just pastry cream, and then this one, I think they said ricotta, so let's try this. It's like a big cookie. Highly recommended. If you go to Maglie, check this place out. And before viewing the house for sale, I have one special landmark which I need to visit. The bell tower of the Cathedral of Maglie dominates the town's skyline at 48 meters high, making it the second highest in the province after the Cathedral of Lecce. In Salento, every town has a church, a sacred guardian of its people's religious and artistic history. Maglie's cathedral will strike you with its breathtaking altar, 18th century paintings, and stunning stained glass windows. I'm on my way now. Let's have a look. I think the agent's already there waiting for me. He took his car, but I'm just walking along. This one's right on the edge of the city center as well. Let's see what they got. So this is the main front entrance. The building is 190 square meters, and they're asking for 83,000. So I suspect you can take another 10,000 off of that. Now, I'm going to do a different approach here. As we enter in, this building's a blank slate, and I wanted to show you examples of how it can be renovated before we actually have a look at it. So this is the style that I'm thinking of. This is a house on Airbnb in Maglie. Renovated floors, painted walls, new lighting fixtures placed on the walls, and of course, revealed the stone on the arched ceilings. This is what I envision for the house that we're about to see. So kind of keep that in mind as we walk around it. So when you enter right in, we go into this kind of first living room. Star vaulted ceilings in all of the spaces except for a back bedroom, which we'll see later on. And we'll go in, and this enters into what would be the kind of standard living room. So it's articulated into two spaces, this area. Also gorgeous star vaulted ceilings on this one in a rectangular fashion. To the right, we have what would be the kitchen area. Gorgeous, gorgeous ceilings. And in the back, all of the connections you need to connect your kitchen to water, gas, although you don't necessarily have to put everything into this nook. You also have a big, large area outside where you can connect other things too. And then there's a bathroom next door. This is an interesting space because you have these big, large steps up to a window. I wasn't quite sure what that was useful for, but it's an element which might be able to be taken advantage of. I don't know. So we'll come back out here, and we have this kind of hallway area, which brings us into the second half of the main space of the building. So this big open area, which could be a dining room, it could be a second bedroom, even a living room, and you can use one of the other living rooms as a bedroom. There's a big closet space built into that arch, which we saw over there. And this is the main bedroom, I'd say, because it does have a built-in bathroom. And this bathroom has a space for a shower, which the other one didn't. But there is a solution for this house regarding bathrooms, which I want to show you after, a surprise. Yeah, this is the space for, let's say, a bedroom here. It doesn't have the arch ceilings. I think this was probably built on a little bit after. And it looks out into this inner courtyard. This isn't the street. This is a common space with the buildings around it. There's actually a really gorgeous palace on the other side, which we didn't enter in from. But the house is in the context of very, very nice streets with some gorgeous architecture all around it. So we'll make our way out here. We're going to head outside, because this is an area which does belong to the property itself. And what you can end up doing is building a gate at the end where these two buildings meet, because this is actually a deposit space for the building, although you can use it for something else. There is here to the left, if you look, an area for a stove. So that can be maintained if you're into baking bread or other treats along those lines. But we're going to turn left and head up these stairs to see the rooftop terraces. The building is obviously just on the ground floor, and the roofs are immediately accessible. Here is that kind of output from the stove that we saw before here in the end. This is a little covered area between the two. This area goes out to the back. And a bit of a pause here because I wanted to show you what to envision with this space as we see it. So this is obviously what you can do with it in a really basic manner. Umbrellas, plants, reclining chairs, really without doing much to the area to renovate it, but just equipping it for what you would use it for. And then here's an example if you wanted to renovate it a bit more. You can kind of paint it white all around. You can even tile it as well, and then equip it with umbrellas and other useful things for taking in the sun. So we'll have a look. These are the spaces themselves. It looks up onto the rooftops of the buildings around it. And here we would be on top of that kind of back living room, which we just saw. And below it is the back bedroom, which we saw before. Both very spacious. And you can see here in this area in Italy, they always use these big rectangular stones to build these buildings. I find it to be quite charming. Everything is very solid. It's like you're living in a castle. And then this is the front rooftop terrace as well. So here below us is the street that we entered in from. And looking down this way, you kind of have a view into the center of town, although that palace in front is blocking a view of some of the more historical buildings. We'll head back down the stairs because this is the special feature of this house, which I really wanted to show you. And if you use your imagination here, you can make something extremely, extremely special. So this is the wine cellar. And this is an idea of how people are renovating their wine cellars in Puglia. Spa areas, little living areas as well, kind of carved out of the stones. Basically, you use your imagination, you have to build some connections, you have to light it correctly, but you can make something extremely, extremely special down here, including, I think, for this building, a kind of main bathroom area, if you're ambitious enough and had enough imagination. So we'll kind of have a look at the space. It does have these nooks in the ends of it. It is a historic structure with these barrel vaulted ceilings. I don't know how old this is, if this was built as a foundation of the house or was here earlier. I suspect it was here earlier because here in the end, this is a well which goes down, I think, 20 meters, and they have opened it up. We're right under the stairs that we came down from, and it's a freshwater well, extremely, extremely historical. And what you can do is open up from the living room above one of the tiles and kind of put one of those transparent glass tiles to look down into it if you wanted to kind of add a bit of an archaeological style to the space above. I thought this was a really unique feature. So let's head back upstairs and outside. Okay, so what did you think? It is an easy ground floor where you can park bicycles. You are within the city walls of Maglie, so you're in the historical center. Another beautiful solution. You do have those top terraces, spaces to rest, get some sun, relax during the summer days. Leave a comment below. Let me know your thoughts. I'm off now to try to find something to eat. My quest for lunch has drawn me 15 minutes down the road to the Adriatic coast, to the fortified town of Otranto. This ancient city was already an important port in Roman times, and only grew in importance through its Byzantine, Norman, and medieval history, where it was, at least in name, the capital of Salento, then called Terra d'Otranto, the land of Otranto. It is now a World UNESCO Heritage Site, and I'm traversing it to find a seafood restaurant. Guys, this lunch was only 33 euros with a large bottle of sparkling water. The entree, un fritto misto di pesce, a mixed fried seafood with squid, shrimp, octopus, and even small sardines. This for me is comfort food. And dish number 2, tagliolini al nero di seppia. These are ink squid tagliolini in a fish sauce and grated taralli. This was absolutely spectacular. So what'd you think? Maglie is right at the center of everything in Salento. I hope I showed you today it's an easy ride to the beaches, and that it's a lively little town with a lot of potential with some great properties. If you have any aspirations to have your home in Italy, comment below. What are the provinces, towns, places that you'd like for me to explore? Like, subscribe. Talk to you guys soon. Ciao.